Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm not sure yet if this article that I will feature in this video is a concerning statement made by Mark Milley, the general, or it is just a weasel request for more aid to Ukraine. Maybe if you noticed, the Ukrainians, when they report losses, either civilian or on the battlefield, rarely on the battlefield, at the last part of the reporting, there's a request, give us more because of that. So I'm not certain yet. So I have this article from Yahoo, and I will start by, this is how it appears on the front page of Yahoo. This is the title. Time is running out for Ukraine, top US general warns. Ukraine has a little more than 30 days left of fighting before the weather hinders its counteroffensive, General Mark Milley said. I read another article coming from the Ukrainians, and they said that there's no problem with that. They will fight in bad weather as well, so that's not going to be the end of it. Now let's see what the Americans are saying. Why? Because what the Americans are saying, that's what's happening. So let's see if it's going to be a concerning sign or it's just going to be we need to give them more. So I opened that article, and that's from BBC News, September 10th, which is today, 2023. Ukraine has little more than 30 days left of fighting before the weather hinders its counteroffensive, the top-ranking U.S. military officer says, unfortunately. Speaking to the BBC's Sunday, the Laura Königsberg program, Königsberg, Zelensky, Stein, and General Mark Milley said colder conditions would make it much harder for Ukraine to maneuver. But how will it make it for the Russians? I understand the Russians supposedly just defend, they don't attack. It's like when our team loses, let's say in soccer, and we say, well, we lost, man, but the pitch was bad, the field was bad, and it was a bad weather. Like neither of those two things apply to their team as well. They played in pristine weather and in perfect field. But anyway, pay attention to that when someone says this kind of garbage. So anyway, Milley, admitted the offensive has gone more slowly than expected, but he said, and I'm quoting, there's still heavy fighting going on. The Ukrainians are still plugging away with steady progress. General Milley said it was too early to say whether the counteroffensive had failed, but said Ukraine was, and I'm quoting, progressing at a very steady pace through the Russian front lines. Yeah, he has to say that. There's still a reasonable amount of time, probably about 30 to 45 days worth of fighting weather left, so the Ukrainians aren't done. There's battles not done. They haven't finished the fighting part of what they're trying to accomplish. Okay, and this guy again says here, I said at the very beginning of this war that this was going to be long, slow, hard, and high casualty producing, and that's exactly what it is. Okay, well, is this a prediction or there was a planning? Milley, be careful. That is because the aim of Russia was to subjugate Ukraine? No. No. That's what your opinion is. Mine is different. And that's, I think you're just a weasel. And I think mine is an assessment. And put it under Russia's control. Well, I don't know if it was much under Russia's control, how much it was not to become your vassal state in Russia's rib. I think that better put. All right, because it was not the Russians who went over there, it was you who advanced with NATO and an overthrow of a government in 2014 where the United States of America is not quite, unfamiliar with. Okay, so Mr. Milley, that's why my heart and my soul are not in your. I don't feel safe. Let's put it this way, with you being where you are. That's why every time I hear he's a top general, okay, this that has not happened, and it never will happen. Well, can you, hey Milley, can you give me the winning numbers for the next lottery draw, since you know the future so well and you call never? I understand when you have a big heart or you wish for something to happen, but that doesn't mean it will happen or never happen. Again, he speaks in this kind of toddler kind of terms, juvenile terms. That has not happened and it never will happen. This is a general. And that's why Ukraine is winning. Enough with Milley. So Ukraine is winning. Has not happened yet. Has not happened, and it will never happen. At the beginning of the article, he says that the counteroffensive is not over yet. So wait, but they're winning, but they're not advancing. But it's not over yet. So wait. But here he said it has not happened, and has not happened yet, and it will never happen. What about the successful Ukrainian counteroffensive that you keep us like, wait, it's not over? Can we apply the same reason here regarding the Russians? You see how idiot this guy is? And that's why, again, Ukraine is winning. First, Milley, you know that you can fool idiots, but you know it's not Ukraine versus Russia here. Okay, you got that? Ukraine would have had its underwear in a stick over there floating around the, how do you call it, contact zone in about 2 weeks, which they did, if you remember, unless you and the rest of your weasels would not have done what you're doing right now. And what I think you do, you just prolong the elimination, unfortunately, of a nation and the damaging destruction of another. And you're not really much hurt, I would say, at all. You're not hurt. They are hurt. And you're protecting them. Remember who came into whose neighborhood and who changed who and what they pushed for. And you expected the other side to just take it. Because you would take it if, let's say, Russia would move into, let's say, Cuba. Or let's say Canada. You would say, yeah, it's okay, it's just fine. If Canada joins, I don't know, BRICS and goes to the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and, I don't know, becomes a uni-state together with Russia as Belarus, we have nothing to say. We're going to use the same argument we used when Russia cautioned us, saying that the expansion of NATO is a threat, a national threat to Russia. Safety concerns. You said, well, Ukraine can do whatever it wants. If it wants to join NATO, it's not for you to say. So I'm pretty much sure that you're going to use the same nonchalant and relaxed reaction if the Russians, let's say, come in Nicaragua or Cuba or Venezuela or with put military and so on. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're going to have. You see, this guy is this guy. You can say, well, wait a second, he's supposed to defend our country. Well, good, but he can't be an idiot. And I don't expect him to be a weasel. And he is. There's two different things. When you love your country, but you still are logical, you know, and you are a man with, how should I put it, integrity, than being like this, insulting our intelligence because he's an idiot. I think that's the main thing. And then the other one, he's a weasel now and then. But he's a general. Can you believe that? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm familiar with the situation with the generals and colonels and this big brass. Anyway, I'm not here to insult what is true. I'm just going to go further and say, yes, they have about 30 to 45 more days. So that means what? Give them now as much as you can, or what? Because I don't see here. It says, he added that Ukraine was making progress in its battle to regain its territory, having recovered 50% of the ground Russia seized. Under what kind of maps? I don't know. So again, he says Ukraine's progress was also down to the international community applying economic pressure and diplomatic pressure, and Russia is suffering because of that. Is Russia suffering economically? What are you talking about? The oil jumped from what, 60 some per barrel to 90 some. The Russian revenues are bigger than they were before the war or something about it. They bounced back. What is this guy talking about? Europe is getting an economic recession, not Russia. What is this guy talking about? You know what he's talking about. Either dumb or let me see if here we go down. Go here. Oh, he acknowledged it was hard to fight in cold, wet weather, but said it was a question of adjustment, not calling a halt. Wheeled vehicles, he said, are more problematic, but the joint saw in the majority of cases, unfortunately, walking on foot. Yes, okay. I want to see if he's going to, move to another one. They tell us about how many people they lost, not the Ukrainians, only the Russians, and they will probably give more. Oh my God, General Milley ruled out entering politics himself. Please do. You match like a glove, like a O.J. Simpson glove, because you are that kind. But you are dumb and you are a weasel. The two most important prerequisites in getting there at the highest level. I'm not saying there's honest politicians, but they really don't make it. The honest politicians don't make it. Why? Because they don't have the two prerequisites. Thank you very much for being with me again today and being easily stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.